Any man can say he loves her. Very few can sit with the pain they caused. I know this because for most of my life, I couldn't do it. I'd take responsibility, but only up to the point where it threatened my image. Anything deeper than that, I'd minimize, justify, or quietly make it her problem. And I still catch myself doing this. Not to shame you, but to talk about what this costs when we don't face it. Saying I love you is easy. You can feel love, you can mean love, you can even sacrifice in ways that look like love. But none of that requires you to face yourself. Sitting with the pain you caused, that's different. That's where most men disappear. Because that moment asks you to do something brutal, to see yourself not as you intend to be, but as you actually were in her experience. And that's where the ego panics. Here's the part I didn't want to admit for years. My ego cared more about my image than my impact. I needed to see myself as the good man, the caring partner, the one who tried. So when she told me she was hurt, I didn't hear her pain. I heard a threat to the version of myself I was protecting. And instead of surrendering to the truth, I defended the story. Not because I didn't love her, but because loving her fully meant admitting I wasn't as emotionally available as I thought I was. That hurt. That shattered the good man identity, and I avoided that pain at all cost. This is how it usually plays out. She shares something real, not perfectly, not calmly, but honestly. And instead of staying with her pain, you do one of three things. You explain, you defend, or you go quiet and emotionally check out. On the surface, it looks mature, but underneath, it's avoidance. Because sitting with the pain she's naming would mean letting yourself feel guilt, shame, regret, the weight of knowing you contributed to her hurt. And most men were never taught how to sit with that without collapsing or becoming defensive. So we avoid it. And every time we avoid it, she feels alone in with her pain. Let me be clear about something. Sitting with the pain you caused does not mean hating yourself. It doesn't mean groveling. It doesn't mean becoming weak. It means staying present long enough to let the truth land. To hear her say, this hurt me. And not to rush to, oh, I didn't mean it. You're misunderstanding. Look at everything I do. Just staying, feeling the sting, letting it move through you. Because when you can tolerate that discomfort, something shifts internally. You stop making it about your defense and start making it about connection. That's the difference between saying, I love you, and actually loving her. This is the part no one warns men about. Unfaced pain doesn't disappear, it accumulates. Every moment you refuse to sit with the pain you caused, it turns into distance, then resentment, then emotional withdrawal. And one day you're standing there confused, thinking, why does she feel so far away? She didn't leave you because you didn't love her. She left because she felt alone in her pain for too long. That's the cost of protecting your image instead of the relationship. So here's the truth I'm living now. Love isn't proven by intention. It's proven by presence in uncomfortable moments. A man who can sit with the pain he caused without running, blaming, or collapsing is a man who becomes emotionally safe. Not perfect, not flawless, but real. I'm still learning this. I still mess up, but I'm no longer hiding from my impact. And that's the work. Any man can say he loves her. Very few are willing to sit with the pain they caused. If you're willing, this is where real connection begins. So if you're still listening, this isn't about becoming a better man. It's about becoming a braver one. Brave enough to sit in the moment where you realize you hurt someone you love and not rush past it. Brave enough to let that truth touch you without turning it into defense, an explanation, or a story where you're still the hero. Because here's what I know now: the pain you refuse to feel doesn't disappear, it just gets passed on to the person closest to you. And love doesn't ask you to be perfect, it asks you to be present when it's uncomfortable. Any man can say he loves her, but the man who can sit with the pain he caused without running, without blaming, without hiding, that man becomes safe. That man becomes real. And that's where love stops being a word and starts being something she can actually feel.